everyone, my name is Crystal. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome old subscribers, welcome new. If you like my videos, please do press that like button and please do subscribe. It is warm here in Rochester at the moment. It's really warm. In my home it is, well, it's 21 degrees. So the temperature is in fact gone down. Alexa, good morning.
Good morning. Today we celebrate our feline overlords. It's International Cat Day. Why not ask me to sing a song about cats?
Alexa, sing a song about cats.
There is something I've observed about our friends with fluffy fur. Meow. 1, 2, 3, 4 house cats, big cats. They've got one thing in common: eating, feasting, snacking. Life is their smorgasbord. Cool cats, fat cats. Watch how they can pounce on anything that moves. Mice and spiders too. Laces on your shoe, that's just what they do. Got snacks, they try to hide and can't fool those ravenous felines, hungry all the time.
A nice and cheerful song this morning. Yeah, I love cats. I have two wonderful cats. I have a white cat called Snowball 2 and I have a tortoiseshell cat called Nikki. Both of them are over 10 years old and they are lovely. I love cats. But now I've got a chihuahua. I love dogs as well. I actually do love dogs. Alexa, what's the time, please?
It's 8:49 a.m.
Alexa, what's the date today?
Today is Tuesday, the 8th of August.
Alexa, what's the weather outlook?
Right now in Rochester, it's 15 degrees Celsius with mostly cloudy skies. Today's forecast has cloudy skies, with a high of 18 degrees and a low of 12 degrees. Also, there's a flood alert in effect.
Right, guys, so, I mean, it's, Alexa, can we have a joke?
Music is coming out of the printer. I think the paper's jamming again.
Right, guys, so every day is different. Every day, I just get up and just take life as it comes now. Right, so last night at 10 minutes past 11 from Sensitive Jedi 14. Hey, beautiful lady. Hope you had a great day, babe. Big XX. There was a bit of a commotion outside last night. I don't know what it was. About the same time as this message, there was like a shouting and screaming down the road, so I don't know what that was all about. 11:39, real Talisman 6. Hi. So this was all last night, late last night. So you've got to remember there's a person out there that really hates me and they would do anything to upset my day, make me feel horrible. And yeah, it was a couple, it was a male and a female screeching and yelling late last night. And I was still up at 11. I was watching a film, a really good film about a bloke that had kidnapped a girl. It was a really interesting film and I was watching that as this commotion was going on outside, funnily enough. No messages this morning. I'm not answering messages at the moment because it's usually the same person trying to get a rise out of me, trying to wind me up. These profiles aren't real. So I'm just ignoring it. If anyone wants me, that's it now. I'm done with it. I'm actually done with it. After yesterday, and I answered them back, and I was happy and I was being nice, and they just blocked me for no reason. They're playing games. Fair enough, that's the end of it. I won't speak to them at all, and I'm not going to. So last night I took Max out for a walk. It was very, very quiet, and it was nice because I was able to walk Max in peace and we had fun together. There were joggers. There was a female jogger walking with a male jogging with a male jogger. They had black hair. All the guys had black hair that were jogging around the field last night. So you had a large female jogging with a male with black hair. You had a male thin jogger with black hair, and you had another male jogger with black hair. So there were 4 joggers last night, and 3 of them were males with black hair of a similar height and stature. So, I just kept moving Max out the way. There was a bloke doing Keep Fit on the bars at the back of the field. So he was doing his Keep Fit. I didn't go around that way. I let him in peace doing what he was doing, keeping fit on the field near where the abandoned chair was. So I just walked around the field. I came back home. It was all peaceful and quiet until late last night when there was a bit of a commotion, and I don't poke my nose into it, but I was sat watching the telly and I could hear it through my window, a female screaming and a young couple making loud noises late at night outside. So I don't involve myself in that, I just sat in the chair. But it does draw you to the window. When people scream and shout, you do tend to go out and look out the window and see what's going on, even though you don't want to. But I couldn't see anything. I could hear it, but I couldn't see anything, and I didn't look at my phone. So about the same time this couple were yelling and shouting, there was 2 messages off a Flirt Finder. Taking the piss, probably. So I can't see the sun outside at the moment, but it's warm. I've just watered my plants outside on the balcony. I've given them a good watering. Obviously got to take Max out for his morning walk. Well, that's the gist of it, thinking that I've had a horrible day yesterday, and then the icing on the cake last night. Well, I had a pretty good day yesterday, actually. It wasn't too bad, because I'd gone out to the co-op, I got my stuff, my food. I'd had a nice chicken biryani for dinner, and it was really tasty and lovely. I'd spoken to Kim, had a chat, and I was feeling fine. It's only other people's interference when they try and upset you that makes me upset, but I don't get cross anymore. You just let people be. If they want to be nasty to me, I can't stop it. I can't change their opinion. So it's no good getting cross, is it? It's no good getting cross or saying someone's done this, I'm going to do that to somebody else because I feel shitty. That's the wrong thing to do. So I just try and let it go. It's hard to let it go when you get to boiling point and you want to burst. It's hard to let it go, but I have to for my health. So, Alexa, LBC Radio.
LBC London from Global Player.
And I was like, okay, and I'm thinking, well, my husband's here,
Right.
the guy's here, and off he goes and comes back with another man. So now I'm having an internal examination with 3 men in the room.
Okay, be honest. Level of discomfort over that?
bit cringy at the start, but they were professional. And, you know, you need something done, you want to know it's your health.
Yeah.
It's their job, I just let them get on with it. I mean, the guy that came in as the witness, or whatever you want to call it, was ever so young.
Right.
And,
I think they have to do
Yeah.
that in case you subsequently say that, you know, the doctor behaved in an inappropriate fashion, if you know what I'm saying.
yes, that is right. I already had my husband there, but I suppose he would be on my
Well, then
side.
they would say, well, he's conspiring to get a payment from... Do you know what I'm saying? That's what they could say.
Yeah, and I understand that. So, yeah, I mean...
Let me ask you this. Let's just lastly... you said, I'm terribly sorry, doctor, if it's got to be internal, I would rather have a female. They then said, all right, we can't do it, thank you, go home. If they then cancelled the procedure, how would, as they did for this woman, for a different matter, how would you react to that?
I would understand that, to be honest, Nick, because you can't expect them to have a range of staff on hand all the time. We all know the NHS is run ragged and they've got loads of vacancies they can't fill. So, you know, just be grateful you've got your appointment and they're looking after you.
Really pleased to hear you're on the mend. Best wishes to you and your husband. I'm glad it went so positively for you. Thank you, Tanya, in for Abersham in Kent. Cindy in Bideford, hope I got that right. Cindy, your reaction to this story. Good morning.
Hello, Nick. I just think it's just ridiculous.
What bit's ridiculous, Cindy?
Well, causing all this fuss. She's trained, he, she, whoever.
Right.
They're fully trained, aren't they?
Well, I would imagine. I mean, I don't know whether they were an apprentice, but yeah, they are in training or they're not walked in off the street. You're absolutely right. Yeah.
Oh, and they're there to treat you. Just get on with it. Stop making all this fuss. I was just saying to your colleague that I regularly go for. I'm 71 years old, by the way.
Oh, right. Okay.
So let's not talk about youngsters and older people making a difference.
Right.
But when I used to go for smear tests regularly, I was up there once and I was having a smear test done by a doctor, and obviously you've got to ask your permission.
Yes, I would hope so.
They've got trainees here, and they just, would it be all right for them to come in and sit and learn by this procedure? Yeah, of course you can.
Right.
Half a dozen people around the table, men and women.
Right. When they started selling tickets, that was a bit of a strange one, though, wasn't it?
Sorry?
Nothing, I'm only joking. That's the way that students are going to look and work about examinations, isn't it, when you think about it?
Yeah, it's nothing. When you're a woman, you just got to go through all this, haven't you?
Well, I'm not a woman, but I understand you do, and I note that, of course, if you have children, well, it seems everybody seems to wander around to see how far dilated you are. I seem to recall that from some years ago, so possibly you lose a degree of modesty then. Cindy, thank you. The music means we must move on. Coming up after the news, even Zoom now agree that staff have to come back to the office at least for some of the week. How do you react to that? Plus, victory for a class act. My global colleague, Mylene Class.
What we have discovered is the levels of PTSD are the equivalent of the soldier returning from Afghanistan 9 months later. That's the level that miscarrying women are dealing with.
Mylene talking there about the PTSD caused by miscarriage and a breakthrough in the law that she achieved yesterday. She's joining us later in the hour. 9 o'clock news on LBC is next.
On your radio, on Global Player, and
Play LBC.
leading Britain's conversation, this is LBC.
From Global's newsroom at 9 o'clock, the Justice Secretary, Alex Chalk, has denied the process of moving asylum seekers to a barge in Dorset has been a shambles. A group of 15 people agreed to board the Bibby Stockholm yesterday, but 20 turned down the offer. They've been warned their support could be withdrawn if they reject the accommodation again. Mr. Chalk has told Nick it's a fair approach to take.
Because the British people, we're fair-minded people, but what we don't think is fair is to say that people who arrive illegally should be profiting from that illegality of four-star accommodation. That's why we're looking at disused military bases. That's why we're looking at the Bibby Stockholm. So we will provide accommodation. Yeah, it's not going to be the Ritz. It's going to be pretty austere. It's going to be pretty functional. But that's not unreasonable.
The body representing solicitors has described the government crackdown on false asylum claims as a red herring. Ministers have announced a new unit to identify lawyers responsible for fraudulent applications. But the Law Society has accused the government of lawyer bashing to distract from problems across the asylum system. An 18-year-old man has been charged with the murder of a teenager who was stabbed in Bournemouth. Cameron Hamilton died following reports of a fight in the early hours of Saturday. Thomas Betteridge from Southsea is due in court in Poole later. Labour has accused the government of overseeing a 50% cut in local bus routes since 2011. The party, which says local authorities should have greater powers over services, says more than 2,000 have been lost in the last year. Graham Vidler is Chief Executive of the Confederation of Passenger Transport. He's told Nick the analysis is not representative of the true situation.
There's a number of flaws with counting bus routes, which mean that just about everybody tends to focus on alternative measures, like bus mileage. And total bus mileage over that period has fallen by about 19%.
Right.
So it's still more than we'd like, but nowhere near the 50% figure that's been cited.
The government says it's invested £3.5 billion in the bus network since 2020. And about 140,000 pupils across Scotland are receiving their exam results. Marks for their National 5 higher and advanced higher papers will arrive by text, email and post. In the city a short time ago, the FTSE 100 was down 12 at 75.41. The pound buys $1.27 and a euro 16. LBC weather, cloud and rain moving across central and southern England and Wales. Sunny spells elsewhere, a high of 21 degrees. From Global's newsroom for LBC, I'm Thomas Watts.
Tonight you...
Right, guys, that was LBC Radio in London, which I listen to regularly. I also listen to Virgin Radio. And I'm just going to get on with the rest of my day. I'm going to make myself a cup of coffee in a moment, have my breakfast and just get on with the day. I hope everybody has a lovely Tuesday, getting towards the middle of the week, and I'm just going to just take it as it comes. Here's my mum. Hello, Mum.
Hello, Janessa. How are you?
Oh, just coping.
Are you been alright though, yes?
No, it gets a bit monotonous, Mum, but I can't help
Well,
that.
you can always give me a ring, you know.
Yeah, I know, the phone hurts my face though, doesn't
Oh,
it?
yeah, it does, yeah. But how have you been keeping yourself? How have you been keeping, you know?
Yesterday I got very down and I was fed up.
Yeah.
Because whatever I do to try and change things, it's still the same, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
People are still the same, I'm still being treated the same, and it just gets me down. Probably the same for you.
With me, I'm so tired, and I can't explain it. You probably will when you get older. When you're older, you feel so tired that you can't actually do much at all.
Well, that's a good thing in a way, because if you're tired you can rest and you're not thinking, are you?
No, that's still a worry. Yeah, you're quite right.
Because I
Are you
just...
coming up today?
If you want me to.
I do, yes.
Yes, I'll come up then, Mum.
You're coming up. Now, what I've done, I hope I haven't done the wrong thing.
Carry on.
But I've got you cat litter.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Because you're running out. But what I've done,
Yeah.
because it was on offer, I've got a large one. Was that all right?
Yeah, that's fine.
And I can actually carry you to for a month or so, you know?
It's very helpful, actually. Is it Morrison's?
Well, always that I have, you know, I can always send it back if you don't want it.
Oh, Mum, I would do that to you.
And the only other thing I've got your hair gel.
Thank you.
And your cat food, and I've got your 2 lots of cat and dog food to last you through, just in case, alright?
Is it Morrison's again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've got your cat food. I've got one from Spa,
Yeah.
cat dog food, and one from Morrison's cat dog food.
Somebody said that
So
Morrison's...
that'll help you too, won't it?
Yeah, somebody said that Morrison's food was making them unwell.
They'll do anything to you know.
I know.
It's really best not to believe anything.
I know, I don't.
Unless it's proved to be true.
Yeah. Has Sue been in to see you?
Well, yes, on and off, yes.
Well, at least you've got somebody. Yesterday I felt so terrible.
Well, it's always me, you know that I might be an old codger and all that now, but
I know, Mum.
I do get tired, and so you'll have to bear with me when you come up, won't you?
I will.
You will, okay. And around 12:30 the usual time?
Yes, please.
Okay, then, Janessa, I'll give you a ring nearer the time the taxi's coming, alright?
All right, Mum.
And I possibly, if you don't mind,
Okay, Mum.
Is that alright with you? So if you come to the door, I'll give you the money you can pay, yeah?
Okay, Mum.
Is that alright with you?
Yes, Mum, that's fine.
Okay, so I'll book the taxi for 12:30, alright?
Okay, Mum.
Bye for now and take care and safe journey up, alright?
Okay, bye, Mum.
But don't forget to answer the phone when I ring you at what time the taxi's coming, won't you?
I won't. I will.
Okay, but how's Max?
He's okay.
Okay, and Nikki and Snowball too?
Yeah, they're fine.
Alright, they're getting old, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll ring you later when the taxi's due, alright?
Okay, Mum.
Bye for now, take care.
Bye, Mum. Right, so I was just having a conversation with my mum there. I was actually feeling quite low last night, especially when you're in a flat by yourself and there's loud noises like a couple rowing or yelling outside, so I was feeling pretty low. But I obviously don't want to wake my mum up at 11, 12 o'clock at night, so I just got on with it. But when you're on your own, especially me being a woman, it can get quite frightening, especially when you're older, like my mum said. And I'm not a young person either. But luckily I'm on a higher floor, because it's the ground floor flats that are more risk from people coming out of pubs and nightclubs, bashing and breaking things, you know what I mean? So I'm grateful for being on a higher level. Anyway, guys, have a good day today, and I'll hopefully speak later. Bye for now.